Hello and welcome to Sports Update on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. Let's begin from the boxing world where Deontay Wilder is actually looking forward to getting that revenge, that fight again against former WBC champion, that is Anthony Joshua. The first time these guys met, Anthony Joshua actually defeated Deontay Wilder on a split decision, and he actually wants he wants something back with Joshua, and probably we might just be having that fight later on this year or next year between Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. So there's still a whole lot of possibility that these two guys could still meet, because if you look at it right now, Joshua is back to where he used to be. 3 fights, 3 wins for him, and gradually we're also expecting by September Anthony Joshua to have that all-British fight against Tyson Fury at Wembley Stadium in England. So let's see how it goes. And for Deontay Wilder, like I said, he's actually fired up for a potential Anthony Joshua's bout. So if everything goes well and go as planned, we might just have this fight between these two wonderful boxers. And you know, when it comes to the pound-to-pound sports, this is the heavyweight division. Well, you must at least prepare yourself to be in that heavyweight class. I think I have Isaac Omidiji joining me this evening all the way from Bida. We're going to look at this and another story on the show. Isaac, welcome to Sports Update on Trust TV this evening. I know it has been a very fantastic day for you in Bida. I know that place is a bit hot, but I believe the rains are the rain is pouring, so you must just have a chilling weather. Let's look at this story. Deontay Wilder, he's not resting. He still wants to fight Anthony Joshua after the first time they met, and Anthony Joshua got the better of him.
Good evening, Manuel, and thank you again for having me. If we were to go into the weather of Bida, we will not exhaust it in the next 30 minutes. Bida is very hot. I mean, extremely hot. However, let's go to another thing that is hot. That is boxing. It's supposed to be a hot one between Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua the last time they met. However, it was too hot for Wilder as Joshua, emerged victorious. He was not satisfied, and he has wanted a rematch of that particular bout. He's going to get it, but you need to still engage in some fights and see if that will qualify him to get Joshua. I remember, don't forget, Joshua will be fighting Fury later this year, and that is also a very great one for Tyson. For Joshua, because that is what he will be focusing on more, because Tyson Fury has also been a pound of the flesh for him. So for Wilder, he needs to be patient a bit. It's either December or early next year. I think that bout will take place. He will get his chance, and I hope when he gets his chance, he will not get beaten again.
You hope when he gets his chance, he will not get beaten again. If you look at the way Anthony Joshua is fighting right now, I think anybody who wants to fight Anthony Joshua needs to go back and have a rethink, because this is not the Anthony Joshua that lost to Oleksandr Usyk of Ukraine. He's a different man. 3 fights, 3 wins for him, and let's see how it goes for Deontay Wilder. If eventually he's going to get the shot at Anthony Joshua, he would have gotten it. But when both of them fought in both of them fought in Riyadh, he lost his own fight, while Anthony Joshua won his against Otto Wallin of Sweden. So let's see if that, if definitely before the end of the year or early next year, if we actually get that shot. Now let's leave boxing and talk some tennis. This time around is a good news for Nigeria. It's a good news for tennis lover in the country, as Davis Cup would be coming to Nigeria. Davis Cup will be staged, the 2024 edition of the Davis Cup will be staged here in Nigeria, and it's going to be in Abuja. Well, Isaac, tennis has not really gotten that attention it needed in Nigeria, and I've always said this, I don't know what the Tennis Federation is doing. We must have, at least we're supposed to, the likes of Imad Kanu and co started somewhere. We are supposed to be seeing the likes of Mary Love playing all these international events. the ATP 500 Masters, that's for men, the ATWTP for women, all of 1,500. Some as we speak right now, the Billie Jean Cup, Barcelona Open is going. We have Stuttgart Open, a lot of competition, but we are not seeing Nigerians participating.
That's strange. I think it will be strange for me to say Nigeria participated in that, and not because we've not invested enough for us to see Nigeria participating. Probably the closest we see Nigeria is probably Nigeria in diaspora, who has on his or our own developed his or herself to that level to play at such level. I mean, at such stage. So for the Davis Cup, it's very good. It's a long tradition in tennis. So for us to see Davis Cup coming to Nigeria and hosted in Abuja is a good one, and it's one that we should use to, create a lot of publicity around tennis. And we don't go to the grassroots. That is one of the major problems we have with some of these sports federations. We don't go to the grassroots. We don't have how many schools organizes or have tennis as part of their entire sport every year. None, maybe very few. Some elite schools probably. We see more of football, more of track and field events. Whereas we have talent in all sports. You won't tell me that Nigerians don't have talent even in tennis. They started somewhere, just as I said about the likes of Radakano. Let us also start somewhere. Let's have yearly events that will attract the world to Nigeria. If it's going to be quarterly at the local level, if it's going to be monthly even at the grassroots level, let's have something that will make us to catch these people young. And we're able to celebrate and bring brands, attract brands. You don't expect brands to come in something that is not existing. We don't even have opens that are good enough to attract big brands. So to see Davis coming, let's hope that we'll be able to make good advantage of this and see if at all we will have Nigerians participating. Because if we don't have any Nigerians participating in it, it's going to be another minus for us.
It's going to be another minus for us, but we have a whole lot. Like the CBN Open is a big one. It has that event has stayed more than 40 years, and for you to be given maybe a permission to host to be among the ATP events, you must have stayed up to 40 years, and which about 4 decades, the CBN Open has surpassed 4 decades of competition. So let's see. Eventually, we are praying that they should rank some of these our tennis events as ATP events. All right, let's leave that. Still staying. Let's stay at home. Let's go to the round leader game and look at the Nigerian Premier Football League, where the match day 31 has been suspended for Rivers United to finish all their outstanding games. They have 6 outstanding games, and the league will just go on a short break. Match day, we know we are supposed to have a match day 31 this weekend, but those matches will not come up so that Rivers United can finish their own outstanding games. 6 outstanding games for Rivers United because they were engaged on continental fixtures.
Yes, they need to, get it done before it gets to the crucial stage. Yes, we are actually at the crucial stage of the league, but, we are just about 6 games to the end of the league. So, for those who have played all their matches. So, for Rivers, who, because of continental engagements, have not been able to play 6 matches, we should allow them. And I think from week 32, there will not be games for now. So, let's see how Rivers will be able to take advantage of that and see if they can clamp up. They are currently 24th. 24 games, where about 30 games have been played, 29 games have been played, or so many other games have been played. So for Rivers, an opportunity for them to climb the table. I know they will, because we know their potency, we know what they can do, and I believe that it will not be a minus to them, but rather an addition, because it's an opportunity to gather points that you have not gotten in the past. This is a crucial stage of the NPFL, where it's more difficult to even win matches, even in your home ground. So it's a good one. Instead of us allowing them to be playing 3 matches in 7 days, let us give them the opportunity to have a break for the league, and then Rivers United get its game played, and everybody come back equal.
Okay, everybody come back equal for Rivers United. It's going to be an opportunity for them to actually get a point. 6 games, if you know what I'm talking about, that is about 18 points to grab for Rivers United, and that is why the league is going on break. But to me, it's funny somehow because we see leagues in Europe, in England, in Spain, standing games are also, they find their way to reschedule it, not that the league will go on break. But let's leave that and go straight to Europe. Actions will be coming up tonight in some of the European top 5 league. We have the fixture on the screen. Let's start from La Liga, where Athletic Bilbao will take on Granada, the team that just won the Super Cup in Spain. That is Athletic Bilbao. We have Eintracht Frankfurt against FC Augsburg in the German Bundesliga. That league has been wrapped. In fact, Bayer Leverkusen have lifted the title, so all of these other games are just to gather points and qualify for European competition. Genoa, that is in Italian Serie A, we have 2 games, Genoa against Lazio, while Cagliari will take on Juventus. And then in the French Ligue 1, we have Nice against Lorient, that is in the French Ligue 1. Those games will be coming up tonight, but as we speak, the game between Genoa and Lazio will be up and running just a few minutes away from now. That game will be up and running. That is the game between Genoa and Lazio, while Cagliari, Juventus come up later, and every other game tonight. Isaac, but let's look at Juventus against Cagliari. The first leg, they actually, I think the first leg against Cagliari ended on a draw note. This time around, they'll be playing away to Cagliari, and it has not really been looking good. Juventus was looking like a team who would have usurped Inter Milan at the top of the table, but they started losing games, drawing games, and right now it's not really looking good. And some of the players are having a fallout with Massimo Allegri.
You know, that is the kind of result you get when you've lost the dressing room. And I think Massimiliano Allegri has actually lost the dressing room. Juventus are now playing as if they're not potent. And we know the kind of potency in the front line of the Juventus team. The players should know that even if they have a fallout with the manager is an individual and not the club. So they should respect the club that is paying their wages and play like professionals that they are. Unfortunately, these players will not do that. And at the end of the day, the manager will be the one that will pay for it. That is one foreign thing I find so annoying with football, where players will intentionally refuse to play well just to see that the manager is sacked. And the manager will be sacked. The players, nothing will happen to them. Instead, you see them getting additional contract or improved contract. So the players should live up to expectation because it should serve as a marketing strategy even for clubs. What do this player want to buy? What did he do in his previous club? How was his discipline level like? Those are the kind of things I think should determine market forces in football. But hey, it doesn't really play as much as that in the market, in the transfer market. So for Juventus, the players should just put their acts together. Yes, it's difficult. They can't catch up with Inter Milan again. Inter Milan is as good as being named champions of the Italian Serie A, but they can end the season high and still make sure that they qualify for the Champions League.
Yes, ensure that they qualify for the Champions League. One of those players that has a fallout with Massimo is Federico Chiesa, who are also the team, the management of Juventus want to sell him at the end of the season. Okay, let's go straight to some transfer story this evening quickly. Let's start from England, where Arsenal hope to sign Alexander Isak and Michael Olise in the summer. These 2 players are fantastic players for Newcastle. Olise plays for Crystal Palace, while Alexander Isak plays for Newcastle United. And for Arsenal, they are looking for these 2 players, and they hope to sign the 2 of them in the summer. Isaac, for Arsenal, at least they are doing good business. They have an eye for good player. Alexander Isak, who is a Swedish player, is a very fantastic striker, good one any day, anytime. This guy can fit into any team. And our own Michael Olise, though play for the French national team, is also a good player, creative player, fantastic player who play for Crystal Palace.
Yes, both players can walk into any team and be the starting 11. Alexander Isak, his goal scoring ratio is very impressive. Olise, it's not just only scoring, he creates chances, and a business-like midfielder, not just a kind of midfielder that is good at showboating. No, it's a business-like midfielder, a player that is very good with assists and score goals. So with Arsenal investing in these players shows that they are still hungry for success. And for Ishak, he will complement whatever Gabriel Jesus is doing forward and get in more goals. See, the more the merrier, as long as they are good. Just don't pile up players that are not good or players that are average. They cannot offer anything. These are players that can make difference in anything. So it's a good one for Arsenal if they will be able to do those two deals. It's a very good one for them.
Okay, if they will be able to get these two players, let's just run over these remaining two transfer on the show this evening. Besiktas want Liverpool assistant manager Pep Legenders. He's a Swedish man, and now for Besiktas, after the role of their first coach is vacant, they want to see how they can get Liverpool assistant manager who has worked with Jurgen Klopp over the years at Anfield. And then the last transfer story on the show, Lukaku will return to Chelsea at the end of a season-long loan at Roma. Well, Isaac, for Lukaku, Roma say they can't pay about 40 plus million euros that is being demanded by Chelsea, and as it stands right now, he will return to Chelsea at the end of the season.
I hope not to go back on another loan. It's either Chelsea keep him or they sell him. Going on loan doesn't speak volume of Chelsea and even this player. And I've almost forgotten that Chelsea is still the parent club of Lukaku. So let it get sorted out. Chelsea should not demand what is not realistic, especially on a player they don't want to keep and a player they also don't want to stay. So they should allow him go finally to any club he wants to go to that are interested in him. He's doing well in Roma. Chelsea is not really willing to play for Chelsea, and Chelsea are also not on the same page with him. So why not allow him go on permanent basis?
Okay, why not allow him go on permanent basis? All right, that is where we'll be leaving it on the show this evening. Isaac, thanks for joining me on Sports Update. It's been a wonderful one having you on the show again. But before we go, probably we'll just leave you with this video. Is a cycle ball video. You know, a lot of sports is coming into play now. A lot of innovation. Sometimes ago, there's a sport where you just have to slap your opponent, but this time around, this is a different one. It's a cycle ball. They call it cycle ball. It's just a sport that is just coming up newly. Let's just enjoy that video and have a wonderful weekend. I am Emmanuel Fashimi.
It's a very fast and intense sport. Cycle ball is played indoor in teams of 2 players. The goalkeepers are allowed to use their hands in the penalty box to defend the goal. The players are not allowed to touch the ground during the game. Cycle ball is a very fast and intense sport. Cycle ball is played indoor in teams of 2 players. The goalkeepers are allowed to use their hands in the penalty box to defend the goal. The players are not allowed to touch the ground during the game.
Go